when I had to beef with Dolph.
Yeah, this nigga stupid.
Like when me and Dolph had the little situation, it was like 100,000 dolphins in my comments with his fans is hitting dolphins. I was like, what the fuck? I'm being attacked by dolphins on my Instagram, right. But I didn't realize his fans was like,
yeah, niggas could do no wrong.
I think people forget that fan is short for fanatic.
You know, fanatic could kill you too. Fanatic could take your life. A real fanatic.
That's
will
why
kill
whenever I've heard, not often, but whenever somebody says, "Yo, I'm a fan of the show," I always say, "You're a supporter. You're not a fan.
Right.
You're a supporter. You're supporting the show. You don't need to be a fan of anything.
Yeah.
You can be a supporter."
Right.
So hit that like, hit that share. You know. Rest in peace, young Dolph. Though I don't want to say that.
No, man.
The Peach, IG was ground central for people calling you a hater.
You know why? You know
time.
what it was? It was just, I didn't realize, that the world's so sensitive with opinions and going at youngins and critiquing their music and stuff. I had to learn too.
What did you learn?
I learned to let people be. Leave them alone. If you want to do something, help them, learn. You know what I'm saying? But I'm thinking they're using their ears to learn from me. But maybe I have to take a couple extra steps to, teach.
Okay, so in teaching, who are the young artists that you guys would open up the door for? Like, come on in, let's work on something together.
There's so many, bro. That's not signed, that's unsigned, that are dope, talented people. Right. I mean, I like being around people like that. If you say known folks, not as much as like unsigned hype or whatever. Right. For me.
Yeah. Remember that kid Henny Savant I mentioned?
Mm-hmm. Henny. He's dope. He's like self-made. He does everything. Music, he raps, writes his own shit. Yeah. Right. Just a beast, worker. And
you got a guy sitting next to you.
And that's what I'm about to say.
No. He mentioned him. That's why
I did.
He's with me for a reason. You know what I'm saying? So I figure I ain't really have to say much to y'all. But to the world, I got this man right here, who's representing True Soul, and we got an album done, artwork done, everything done, and we making a play to drop it later this year.
All right, so comment, who's the guys you would like?
Man, she already out, but this is girl named No Name. She from Chicago.
Oh, she's
I mess with her, man.
Yeah.
She be like,
that's on the one on out. She on?
No, that's not. Yeah,
okay.
I know.
She had a little back and forth with J. Cole for a second.
Okay. Yeah.
She's
she raw, man. She raw. Yeah. I messed with her. She's somebody. And then, man, actually, I got, a nephew because my father had many kids. So my sister has a son he really dope. I'm thinking about messing with him on something. His name's Jordan, but he can rhyme. But as far as people y'all know, like No Name is one of the people that I'll be like, man, I love rocking with her. Like she dope. I did a festival. She had this block party in Chicago, and I was like, yo, she just had it at the crib on like not far from where we grew up, and she just had it for the community. That's why I rock with her. She speak her mind too. She don't hold back.
Right.
But I love people who speak their minds. Sometimes I be admiring them. He speak his mind like this.
But you know what? I'll be making me feel guilty because I can't say the truth.
You gotta remember, you can speak your mind, but when you speak it publicly, you might be affecting someone else's bottom line.
Right. That's what I had to learn.
Yeah. Right.
Speaking of affecting bottom lines,
be yourself, bro.
Speaking of affecting bottom lines, another Chicago rapper said, "Play J. Cole and get the pussy dry." So I'm guessing on this album that you're about to drop, being that you are regarded a conscious rapper, we are gonna get this side.
I'm still conscious.
I don't know if you're conscious after this.
We gotta give everybody
after the shootout with John Wick.
We gotta give everybody.
Well, okay, being an artist, regarded as.
Nah, I get it. I'll take it, man. Like I said,
he said, I'm still conscious. Are we gonna get to see that side like go again on the record?
Yeah, I think this album that Pete and I got, it's called the Auditorium Volume 1. It's like, man, I feel like his music made me go to what I do in hip hop, like what I am as an MC. And that's going to some of the rawest places, some of the most conscious places. Like I always feel like I owe that to myself. Even when my niggas laughed at me for being like, oh, you wearing the crochet and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Yo, I still was like, yo, this is me. And like, you know, I'm gonna come around, y'all talk shit, talk shit about me. It's all good. You know? I ain't gonna leave you in no fight or nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm still me, but I'm just wearing these crochet pants. But you know, I took them off, and then. Yeah. But my point is, I'm in a place where I'm feeling the hip hop, and I'm in tune with the people, man. And I feel like I'm always trying to MC from a God perspective. You know, like I believe, you know, the Creator come through us in the music. Yes, I MC from a place of loving hip hop culture, and I MC from a place of loving the people. Right. So I think Pete's Beats took me right back to that. So, you know, because I can go space out on some other shit if I'm rapping to other type of music. And I like that music. I ain't never dissing some of that stuff. But when I'm at home on some soulful ass, like boom bap, but fresh sounding music, I'm going to go to what you saying. Well, I'm going to give you these different aspects of who I am.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty versatile album. You know, we have people get it twisted when we say we're going after the 90s sound. Nah, I already got that locked down. We're going for the aura of what the 90s were. If you heard a beat or a song that you remember from the 90s, when you hear his new record, and it brings you back to that. Right. You know, that thought of, you know, maybe, I don't know if you guys hung out in Harlem in the 90s, when Willie Burgers was still here and all that stuff, but at late night, you know, you see everybody gathered at S&S, the gambling spot. You know, those kind of people was playing their music loud in their whips. So.
Right. Where did the concept Auditorium come from?
Yeah. Well, that was one of the things where, for me, you know, I just love titles, right? Like, I love titles. So sometimes I'll think of a title before I even, like, have the concept to it. It'd just be like, okay, like, B. The album B, I just named it B because that was about just being present, me being myself. Right. It started to fit more of the album as we made it. The Auditorium for me was like this, I thought about it because I was like, man, that's the place where I first started hearing and performing music, like and like being a part of performances. And I felt like what Pete and I was doing was bringing people to a place where we give our music. Like, we want y'all to come to our space of what this music is. And like, we welcoming everybody, but it's no just like one, like what Pete said about, like, man, we just carrying the spirit of some of the 90s in a way that's like, it's the spirit of just putting that love into the music and that work into the music. He took time with these beats. I took time with these rhymes, and we got these choruses and scratches, and it's production, it's songs. Right. And we took time with that. So in that Auditorium, we're gonna give you that real true art form at the Auditorium. It's in this volume 1. Right. That's, you know,
you'll have at least, I'll say just at least 1 or 2 that you're gonna really love.
Now this is coming out on Killer Mike's label, correct?
Yeah, Loma Vista, the same label that Killer Mike came out. It's part of the Concord Music Group, but but ultimately, it's the same label that Killer Mike put his project out. Yeah.
Because you could have went anywhere.
Yeah, but I did some projects with them before, and they for me, always allowed me to be the artist. And then they got super excited when I was like, yo, I'm working with Pete Rock. They was like, well, let us hear this. And they heard it and was like, yo, this is better than what we thought. Like no disrespect. They was like, this is more than what we knew we could get. This is, the president of the label was like, yo, this is some really good music. Like, I feel, I'm gonna say this and I'm just saying it truthfully, like, I feel that we've created an album that will be timeless and that has the potential to be timeless and can be, like, I've had people who listen to it be like, man, this is definitely one of your best albums, like, for me, like, that one of my best albums. And I was like, damn, you saying that like I'm talking to artists like Questlove or you know, who's like, yo, this is one of your best albums, bro. And I'm like, damn, you've been participating on some of these albums, and you really feel like this one of my best. So it feels good to get that type of energy.
Feels good to hear that.
To hear that. It's about the energy, like of the music, like whatever. When we talked about earlier, like whatever you classify the music, man, we all know when music hit us, like we know it, and it is up to the person. But I feel like we wanted to create something that we felt like was like, man, this is what we want to put out there.
Right. Hopefully you guys enjoy it.
Yeah, definitely.
I'll say this.
Press play.
And I know
Big
for
ass
guys
speaker in
like
the
Mecca,
back.
I said what I heard when they was mastering the joint. I told him to his face. I told him, I said, I ain't hear nobody take a verse off. I ain't hear nobody take a beat off.
Bro, you twisting the knife right now, man.
I'm just telling you what it is. I'm telling you what
What's
I
the
heard.
features? What's
Just
the
making
features,
it worse.
Man,
Features.
Pasta News.
Pasta
From
News,
De La Soul.
Salute.
Not many. Bilal.
And this sister named PJ. She's super dope.
She dope.
Like artist and writer. Jennifer Hudson on there.
Jennifer Hudson. Jennifer Hudson.
Yeah. So
What?
Yeah. So
Stop, man.
Yeah, she's on there. Shout out to Jennifer.
Yeah, she blessed the joint, and man, the album is. It wasn't to be real. I was initially like, Pete, man, I ain't gonna have no features because I'm gonna do it like Rakim.
You don't need them.
Like MCs, I know like certain MCs, man, they ain't even have no features.
Yeah.
They just would just deliver.
Facts.
Like
Go in.
when you look
Cole.
at some of the
Cole
great,
Bailey does features.
yeah,
Now,
No, on his album.
huh?
Yeah,
On his
that's
album.
what that was. But that's
Right,
what we
yeah.
talking
Well,
about.
Yeah, that's
you know, all that feature stuff came from like things I was involved in. You know, putting out compilation albums,
Godfather
featuring
in
all
the
kind of
remix.
different motherfuckers on there.
I mean, which is dope, but once we start hitting the zone, I start thinking about the albums that I always loved, and they just created a sound, whether it's Pete Rock and CL or Tribe or you know, or shit. I love the Far Side album. That shit was
First
dope.
album.
Bizarre Rider, Far Side, Slum Village. You know,
Yep.
like Ye would create a sound, and for me, I'm like, man, we got a sound.
Yeah.
We developed a sound.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Pete was already Pete Rock, one of the greatest to ever do it. I'm an MC. Like when I want to MC, I'm there.
Yes.
And he gave me these
Also, one of the greatest to ever do it.
beats. Thank
And
you.
he's
Not
fast.
gonna let you slide
Give him
past
a
it.
beat, he gives it back to you in an hour or two,
But
later.
but I'm like, man, we actually got a sound, and I'm like, this feel fresh. It don't feel like, cause people are like, oh no, y'all doing some throwback. Nah, it ain't really throwback. It's really what you feel two grown men who've come through hip hop and this music, just music, what we can give in the purest way right now. And like Pete said, I hope people dig it.
Well,
People
I gotta
listen.
ask.
It's hot for trapper turn smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rapper.